when you are on the verge of defeat, when you are about to be 4-0'd for a second time, who are you gonna call? The A-team. Oh wait, no, Firebathero.
꾸준히 뭔가 이게 활약을 해줬습니다. 한때는 뭔가 엄청난 그런 정말 긴 연패를 겪기도 했었지만 이성원 선수만큼 이렇게 꾸준히 공군 에이스에서 좋은 성적을 내준 선수가 없었어요.
He's basically the A-team
이성원 선수의 이
of
시대는
StarCraft.
공군 에이스 입장에서 굉장히 안타까운 소식일 수 있겠지만 어쨌든 간에 이성원 선수 입장에서는 제대는 해야 되지 않겠습니까?
And apparently he's chosen Phoenix Right.
좋게 이제 제대 경기 승리를 거뒀으면 좋겠습니다.
Is that what's going on here?
졌어요.
예, 그렇죠. 자기 인생의 강을 섞어 이성훈 선수 살립니다. 이성훈이 그렇죠. 지금 팀이 만약에 진짜 마지막 경기인데 여기에서 지면서 그리고 팀도 진다. 이거 최악의 시나리오거든요. 그걸 막아야겠습니다.
Alright, turn around, Firebathero. Turn around. You got this.
바로
Serious mode.
네.
Oh, it's against Zero. Oh man, I feel so bad. I've been rooting against Zero so much recently. Like, I love Zero, like one of my favorite Zerg players of all time. But you know, I had to root for Jangbi against him, and now I have to root for Firebathero against him. I'm sorry, Zero. You just keep playing like players that I like more, or not like more, but in situations where I have to root for the other guy. Ah, it's terrible. It's like yesterday I was watching Rhett versus MC, and I was just like, yeah, come on, Rhett. But like during the game, I just instinctively kept cheering when the Protoss did something awesome. But then I had to keep correcting myself. It's like the pro blocks the hatchery. I'm like, fuck yeah, he blocked the hatchery. No, wait, no, I'm cheering for the Zerg in this game. Oh, it was terrible. I had like a little identity crisis there. Anyway, going into the game, it's gonna be a PvZ on some map. I don't know. Alright, at the top right, as the red Protoss, we have Firebathero.
자, 묻혀진 계곡 경기 시작됐습니다. 먼저 프로토스 진영이죠. 아, 이성훈 선수가 지금 이 경기
And the bottom left.
어떤 생각을 하고 있을까?
As the blue Zerg,
자,
we have Zero,
아마도 마지막 경기가
who, spoiler alert, recently got knocked out of the OSL in the semifinals in a series that honestly he should have won, or rather that he did have won, and then he messed up, man. He goofed. And Jangbi took it. So I guess that means he'll have more time to focus on StarCraft 2 now at least. So he could be good. Could be good. Please remove the text in the top right that blocks some vital information. You're absolutely correct. I will do that. But the condition is that from now, if anybody asks whether I'm casting OSO Quals, you must tell them that I will not be. You must explain the situation. That's right. That's right. It's on you now, bro. It's on you. So, like no temple in this. It is just going to be a 14 pool from 0.
한번 선수들이 정신교육 좀 한번 시켜야 되지 않을까? 예, 오늘 경기 지고 나서 그런 생각을 할 수도 있다는 생각도 들어요.
고참이니까.
예.
마지막 한 번.
원래 보통 이제 말년병장 정도 내면 그런 거 안
하거든요. 아, 그렇죠. 네. 우리 나왔어. 자, 우리 소녀 팬들의 모습도 너무 귀엽네요. 자, 어쨌든 이성훈 선수가 정말 그 가지고 있는 여러 가지 끼들이라든지 이런 것들을 경기에서 많이 보여줬고 공군 에이스로 처음 나와서는 제가 기억하는 그 세레모니.
Yeah, hatchery does not get blocked by the probe actually. That's a bit of a misstep from Firebathero. That's alright. She's quite pretty. Didn't even hide her face either. Wow, it was totally cool being on camera. That's unusual. Yeah, slideshow game. Awesome. Oh man, this is actually completely borked now. I hope it fixes itself. Gun run. Gun run.
제가 이성훈 선수랑 같이 이제 군대 생활을 했어서 이성훈 선수의 가장 첫 세레모니 이제 경기를 이기고 난 세레모니를 기억하는데 이제 군대에서 보면은 왼손까지라는 게 있어요. 그러니까 왼손에 드는 어떤 뭐 이제
Cannon should be in time for these things. It is cross map, so we're gonna have to run a little bit farther to get over there.
키보드를
And gonna finish off Zal here with a gateway, another pylon there on the edge. It is a pretty wide ramp that you have to wall off on Entomb, especially if you wall off like that. Some players will like try and make a smaller wall by walling from like the from one edge of the wide ramp to their narrow ramp rather than trying to cover the whole wide ramp. But either way works.
네. 자, 세 번째 부하장까지 가져갔고요.
예,
그리고
연결체를 그러니까 재련소를 짓고 하는 이제 재련소.
I do personally like walling off a wide ramp rather than doing the safer wall, just because then you can get your third base a little bit more easily, because you have like then you can stay behind your wall and break down those rocks and then go take a fast third. Whereas it's a little bit more annoying to walk out of the other wall. Anyway, there's the core. And nothing out of the ordinary from either player. We do see the fast third from Zero.
많거든요. 예, 세레머니라든가 이런 것들.
예전에 탁상
Looks like gonna even run this other queen out. Kill his depot. He really wants to kill that depot.
대단한 선수입니다.
예, 주민포국도 끌어내고요. 자, 이렇게 되면 여왕들 뭐 쭉쭉 뽑아내면서 가장 최근 들어서 적의 모습들 여왕을 뭐 6개까지 해서 딱딱딱딱 수비를 딱 갖춰놓고 이렇게 움직이는 적의 움직임들 정말 너무 강력하기 때문에 저그의 분위기로 지금 흘러가는 수밖에 없는 그런 상황인데 자, 김명훈 선수는 그걸 어떻게 또
So getting a first stalker rather than just a sentry. So gonna be a little bit aggressive here, poke around with that zealot and that stalker. Trying to put a little bit of pressure on Zero.
일단 김명훈 선수가 이 맵에서
But
송병구 선수를
shouldn't be
두번
anything too
잡았어요.
serious.
예, 그리고 장기전
And Zero MP looks like he sent a Zergling to the Protoss' third, as well as having an Overlord there. Let's leave the Ling in there and send the Overlord into the main base, where it will most likely get killed, but it will give him a scout of everything that's going on. Looks like Zell just chilling at the watchtower now, waiting for his Stalker buddy to come help him out. And there is Stalker buddy. And, oh no, never mind. I thought there was a Zergling there, but I don't see anything there anymore. Okay, I might have gotten a mineral patch confused with a Zergling there. Whoops. That's a little bit embarrassing. But because I was just thinking of yesterday's WCS games. I don't know if anybody watched them, where Scarlet played against Dodoro, and Dodoro on this map did like an ultra fast third base. He made like a Zella and a Stalker, and then he just took a third without any more gateways. Just like one gate, 3 base. It was pretty sick. But Scarlet like instantly saw it with the Overlord with some pretty good game sense and scouting. So just thinking of that build. Hey, we are going to see a Stargate build though from Firebathero. He's got 1 Stargate, he's also added on 3 more gateways. And it's most likely going to get spotted by this Overlord here. Damn speedy Overlords charging into the main base. 1 Stalker going to start poking it. He's gonna see the gateways. Actually, is he gonna see the Stargate? It's gonna be close. He's gonna see the pylon there. Oh, he's gonna see the Chrono boost. And yeah, look at that. He sees the Chrono and checks it out. That seems a little bit unfair. So if that Stargate wasn't Chronoed, I wonder if he wouldn't have seen it. That would be quite ironic if that was the case. Or not ironic. That would just be silly actually if that was the case. But anyway, it looks like Proxy Pylon is gonna get taken down here. And a bunch of zealots not coming out. And plants a robo as soon as that Overlord goes down. So he's not going to go for any crazy, all in with his Stargate. He's getting a robo as well. But he's going to put on a bit of pressure with these zealots with the Void Ray. And always got to be careful because there's roaches already on the map. He needs that Void Ray to come to help out against the roaches. That Void Ray, of course, will do a ton of damage to the roaches. And yep, he's going to shoot at those. Zero looks like he's already got Spore Crawlers up, so he will be just fine. He's getting another Macro Hatch at his natural. And getting Hydraliscan as well, even to help deflect the incoming Void Ray plus Phoenix. I said Corsairs there, whoops. And whoa, that is a lot of Overlord stack. Can you imagine? See, if there were Corsairs here, if he had Corsairs instead of Phoenix, he'd just kill all of those Overlords. That'd be so juicy. But those silly Phoenix without their AOE, not gonna be able to do that. Actually, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, are there any air units that
공업
Do
포격기
splash?
불사조 두 기는 어디 빈틈이 있을까?
네.
예, 이렇게 지금 돌아보고 있는데 쉽지가 않습니다.
예,
자, 전체 시작하고 있어요.
No.
공격이
There aren't. None of the air units now. None of the air-to-air units do splash anymore.
전에
Oh, that's
6시 그
interesting.
멀티 지역에 짓던 수종탑이
Or even air to ground, they don't do splash either. But oh, look at this! A warp in from the low ground here into the natural. That's very cute. But I don't think it's going to be too effective. Yeah, the Roach is just going to come back and kill it immediately. He's actually targeting down the Spore Crawler. Spore Crawler? Spore Crawler! Whoops. Spore Crawler goes down. So that gives an opportunity for the Phoenix to come in and poke around a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be too effective. All his bases are connected with creep, so you can pull the Queens to help out. And it looks like he's just going to harass this fourth base here. He's going to try and force a cancel, but the Hikes are already out, so that's not going to happen. Oh man, he's running, not paying attention! Why are you not paying attention, Firebathero? Why are you not paying attention?
이건 지켰으면
네.
좋았을 텐데 이성은
멀티 의도도 지금은 일찍 걸렸기 때문에 이렇게 바퀴가 돌 깨지기 전에
And now Roach is moving into the third. Uh-oh, the rocks are not down yet. The sentries can't get over to force field it. Ah, run, force field you. Yeah, that's what's up. Oh, he also did a sentry warping at the back as well. So now Zero's going to lose a handful of these Roaches. That's a little bit nervous there. But he's going to get it. Roach is going to go over to the natural to counter, but there are units there in position, so he's not going to be able to do too much. But I think it's still a fine position for both players. Zero. Oh, there are a couple more Roaches here. Not the biggest deal in the world. Actually, those Phoenix can lift those last Roaches. They didn't get them if he wants to use his energy. No, it looks like he doesn't lift them. But now, so Zero's getting up to 4 bases, and the Protoss is up to 3 bases. And that's useless. you have to shoot it, man. You can't just lift it up. You can't just like lift it up really high and drop it on the ground to kill it.
아, 뒤에 있는 친구들의 반응이
That awkward moment when the Roach escapes.
바퀴 하나 살아갔고요.
그렇죠. 뭐 이게 놀이동산의 그런
That was so
놀이기구가
random.
아니거든요. 불사조가 중력으로 뛰어서 뭐 이제 놀이동산에서 놀러 와서.
Okay, so now the Phoenix can come in, probably just gonna like try and pinch some gas drones just to be annoying and hope that Zork forgets to put guys back on gas, but shouldn't really be a huge deal. Spore Crawler and the Queen also gonna do some nice damage. Overseer coming in here, gonna see what's going on, gonna see that Twilight Council just now finishing up. And well, actually these teams are doing a decent amount of damage here, getting a good number of drone kills, but now the Hydra there, and he's not paying attention. Man, Firebathero has been like quite I don't know what to call it, but he's really not been paying attention to those Phoenix and Voiders very much. I mean, he lost the Void Ray earlier in a very silly fashion, and you know, kind of stomping with those Phoenix there for a second. You know, I mean, Phoenix, they're very much like Corsairs from Brood War actually, where you shouldn't really leave them sitting around in one place. They should be constantly moving around, being active, and kind of therefore requiring somewhat of a high APM to make good use of.
진짜 말씀하신 대로 적은 먹을 수 있을 만큼 충분히 또
Firebathero
먹고
though doesn't seem to quite be up to the task, unfortunately.
다 착착
And we do see a 5th base now being taken by Zero. Gonna start spine crawling that up. Creepshot's already reaching the middle of the map, so Zero's doing a pretty good job here. Of course he did. Oh, look at that mass spine crawler chorus now. Now's the time. As his hive is about to complete, gonna go up to that greatest spire most likely and start doing the good old spine crawler, mass spine crawler plus brutal infestor, which he did very effectively against Stork on this map. Actually, that was a pretty interesting game that we saw. I think it was actually fairly early in round 1, but Stork versus Zero, where both players actually got maxed out, and Stork just looked kind of lost against Zero's late game ZVP. So he just kind of crushed him. But looks like Firebathero moving into the middle of the map now. Gonna start clearing out some creep tumors. Gotta get that active one. Yep, gonna get that one. So keeping the creep back a little bit. That's very, very important. And now warping some zealots in the 5th base here. Very nice move here. I don't know when he actually planted this pylon, whether he did it a while ago, like preemptively. But that's a very, very smart move by him. Don't know if he'll actually get the hatchery though. There's a lot of units moving in right now. I think he will not. Well, it's going to be quite close here, actually. Oh, man, that's ridiculously close. I think he will. Oh, he's going to get it. Oh, man. I cannot believe he got that hatchery. Now the lane's going to go into to kill that pylon, but that's actually a big win for Firebathero there, who is now getting his own 4th base, and still, you know, poking around in the middle of the map with his army, keeping the creep back, keeping Zero kind of a little bit scared of a big push here. But it's going to be very difficult. There are a lot of spine crawlers, and that is a lot of infestors as well. A big round of force fields. But there are the fungals on the stalkers. The corruptors moving in to take down the colossi. It looks like we're just gonna have a big engagement right here. Firebathero is slightly committed now with the infestors, pinning him in place with the fungals, doing a million force fields here, keeping the hydralisks back. But it looks like Firebathero's army is gonna go down here. Zero just being able to stay almost constantly maxed here, just with more and more roaches, presumably roaches being produced. But actually, it looks like Firebathero gonna push through most of the spine crawlers here, and actually Zero might be in a little bit, no, never mind, with another big fungal there. The last of the, most of the forces fall. So Firebathero is going to push back. It did look a little bit nervous there for Zero for a second, but not too much. And now the War Prism going to go in, try to do some harassment, but Link's in place to deflect that. Oh, he's going to do it. Wow. Oh, man, that is so awesome, but oh, he's going to get it. Oh, he doesn't get it. I think that might have actually been better for Firebathero to have that cancelled, because all the Zerg units were back there and they could have killed it. But I had no idea that you could phase mode there and warp in on both sides. That is actually really cool. I'm sure most people knew that, but that's the first time I've seen that. I am too chobo. I am far too chobo at this game to know all those cool little tricks. But anyway, looks like oh, we have another big engagement here. You should pull that Colossus back a little bit so it doesn't get sniped. Ooh, caught by the fungal though. And this is looking very bad for Firebathero. Colossus is gonna fall. He's blinking back to Stalker. There's another round of Stalkers. Is it gonna be enough? He needs to keep the Colossus alive. The Colossus are getting targeted down by the Corruptors. One Colossus left. The Roach Hydra, actually, Roach Hydra Corruptor, the old school composition, is actually doing really well here. But it looks like Firebathero is barely going to hold, going to do some blink micro on these stalkers. Actually, the Hydra's still doing a lot of damage here, but there's another round of warpins, and he'll be able to chase down these Hydras as well, since they are off creep. There's the blink in to take them down. So Firebathero holding on, but he's down to 130 supply, and Zero's staying pretty close to max, you know, the whole time here. But I don't see any transition from Zero yet. I'm just looking at his production time. Okay, it looks like he's got an Ultilisk Cavern. He's getting Ultilisk armor, I believe that is. He's got a bunch of Corruptors actually, but he's not. Okay, there's the Broodlord morph. I was gonna say, why is he not making them into Broodlords? There are 8 Broodlords in production right now. And Firebathero, I don't know if he has an answer to this. His mothership has just started. So given how long it'll take the Broodlords to make their way across the map, he will have a mothership in time for any attack. Although I'm not sure if he'll have the vortex in time. Though he will obviously have to wait for some energy on the mothership. And even if he does get a good vortex off, he only has Stalkers right now, and like a Colossus. He has no Archons to go to do an Archon toilet with. So even though vortexes are nice, if you don't have Archons to use with them, it's not nearly as good. And it looks like that War Prism actually going to get caught here as well. Unlucky for Firebathero. And Zero actually double expanding to the bottom right now, taking that main and the natural here. He's just, you know, taking his entire half of the map. The creep thread still kind of, he's trying to push it out once again, but Firebathero is doing a good job of preventing that, and that's a really smart move, because in Zero's game against Stork just kind of let the creep go all the way to his side of the map, and then Zero was just able to push the Spawn Caller Forest all the way forward to support his Broodlords, and that's definitely not what you want as the Protoss. Looks like Firebathero are going to just stay on this Stalker Colossus composition. This is basically what you want, except what he really needs right now is like a few Archons in addition to these units. Like, you know, the Mass Blink Stalker is good, you can blink, you know, to blink under the Broodlords and snipe everything, while the Colossus help do crowd control with their splash. But without Archons, Vortex, I don't know if that's going to be particularly useful. And there's the big blink in. It's going to snipe down some of these Broodlords, but there's so many infestors that are getting great fungals off. All the Protoss units were clumped. And it looks like, oh man, the Broodlords are going to be a little bit too much there. There's another round of Stalkers warping in, and actually, no, maybe Firebathero can hold on here. There's the big infested Terran launch, and it's going to be very close here. Another big round of warpins, and Zero looks like he actually overcommitted here. He's going to lose all of his Broodlords. Oh my goodness, never mind. Who needs Vortexes? Who needs Archons? Just the Mass Blink Stalker Colossus is going to take this down. And wow, gonna grab a bunch of these infestors as well. Looks like with 3 Colossi remaining, but there's the big Roach reinforcement rally. And oh man, Firebathero's gotta be careful. He does not want to commit here. Oh man, the Roaches are moving in, sniping down these Colossus so fast. And there's another big Stalker blink, and he needs to keep Colossus alive. Yep, there's the blink to save that Colossus. So Firebathero keeping this army alive, and finally the Mothership does come out, and there is a round of Zealots being warped in here. This base is going to start harassing the Throne's going to take that out. I don't even know if Firebathero is aware of that bottom right main base. He can maybe warp in a couple more Zealots to go harass that, and there, wow, even more Zealots being warping in, and this is a really good move by Firebathero, just dumping all those excess minerals on this harassment. He, at this point in the game, he doesn't really need those minerals as much as he needs the gas units, the Archons, the Colossus. So doing this War Prism harass is a great way to just spend your excess minerals, in addition to, I guess, just expanding more. But Firebathero is moving out with a very small force here. That it looks so dangerous. He's got like barely, 12-15 Stalkers there in that army. If he gets bungled once in a bad position, oh man, he could get bungled right here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Now he cannot retreat. The Colossus doing massive damage, but there's so many Corruptors here targeting them down so fast. This was horrendous for Firebathero. I don't know why he was being so aggressive with that army, and it looks like the Mothership is coming out here, but he's got to be so careful though. He needs a big ball of Protoss units. He cannot be walking around with just a handful of Stalkers and Colossus like that. It was such a huge waste of those Colossus, but he is going to go harass once again, going to probably take down this hatchery actually with those Zealots. That War Prism really paying for itself right there, and actually supplies are quite close now. Firebathero at 168 against the 164 of Zero. Firebathero does take down the hatchery. The Roaches are going to clean up Zealots, but I think that was absolutely worth it for him. He used, what, 5 Zealots there, 6 Zealots, taking down the hatchery, but now the War Prism is going to get taken down by the Corruptors. That has given Firebathero a little bit of time to mass up some more units. He's making Immortals right here. I'm not sure if that's the best idea. Obviously, they'll do nicely against the Roaches, but Immortals in a late game composition in PvZ are actually way bad for their cost. I think you'd really much rather have Colossus here, but I guess it's just because there are so many Corruptors on the map that he's decided, well, actually, if I make any Colossus right now, they'll just get like one-shotted by all these Corruptors, so instead of that, I'll just make a few Immortals here to help against the Roaches, and then just make Archons and stuff. But he is clearing creep with this army, so he's kind of revealing what he's done, and so Zero is definitely going to be not overmake those Corruptors anymore, probably just transform them all into Broodlords instead, and Immortals are pretty terrible against Broodlords. So, so the Infestor Roach moving out once again, but actually this Protoss force is looking pretty scary here. It's a max Protoss army, and he does have a bunch of High Templar here. He will be able to feed back the Infestors. I don't actually know if he's got Storm either, because Firebathero does seem to also really like Storm in this matchup. We saw a really cool game by him on Cloud Kingdom. I can't remember who the other player was, but where he made really amazing use of Storms to kind of come back from a very poor position. It looks like he's trying to expand all over the top left now, and there are the Storms. The Ultras though doing great damage here, but he does already have Immortals, so the Immortals really going to do huge damage. There's a big Vortex, but it looks like, actually wait, was he Neuraled? I think he might have gotten his, whoa! Vortex is all over the place, a double Vortex there, but all the Protoss units are already dead. I'm not 100% sure what happened there. It looks like that Mothership might have actually gotten Neuraled, and that's why the first Vortex was so random. But it looks like it doesn't matter. Firebathero is still with a lot of units. He can actually blink under these. No, he's not going to blink under the Broodlords. There are a bunch of Infestors and Links in the back, so he is going to play it safe. He is going to pull back. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused by that first Vortex. The second Vortex did get a good number of Broodlords, but oh, look at this. The Mothership actually getting bungled. He wants to kill the Mothership, but he only has 3 Infested Terrans there. And actually, I think, did he overcommit here? Oh man, Zero, he moved all his Broodlords off the creep. It looks like no, he will pull back here. And looks like there's some transfuses going off on these Broodlords. This is actually a pretty intense game right now. Zero, by the way, doing a good job with these links, making sure Firebathero isn't taking the top left 2 bases there, whereas Zero has got his entire side of the map all mining away happily. But he is spending his money as fast as he can get it, though. Zero's actually surprisingly low on minerals. He's only got 600 minerals right now. Really not that much banked, considering if you look at the minimap, he's just got everything. And now Firebathero are going to go clear out these bases, clear out these links. And this is actually looking really cool. That actually, if you look at that minimap, it's like one of those weird Rorschach pattern things, like the butterfly looking things. You know, the ink blot things? I don't know what those are called. What are they actually called? It's like a Rorschach test, right? Like the Watchmen do.
불멸자를 찍어서 울트라에 대응을 해주고 무리군주는 모선과 직전관으로 대응을 해주겠다. 해보겠다. 이런 판단인데
So,
일단은 나중에 자원의 여유가 되면 공포까지 찍는 그런 판단을
Spine Crawler Force
좋고,
being pushed forward here.
일단
This is such a sick composition though. Ultralisk, Broodlord, Infestor.
함부로 건드리면 안
It's
돼요.
like someone was like, alright,
지역
what is the
지역에
most
저
gas heavy
수렵
composition a Zerg can make? And Zero is like, let me test it out. Just makes like all these ridiculously just look at this army composition. This is so scary. You know, normally it's one thing or the other. It's like either the Zerg goes for Broodlords or he like switches into Ultra Ling. Rarely does he have enough resources to actually go mass Ultra and Broodlord and Infestor. That is just such a disgustingly strong composition. I'm not really sure how Firebathero actually fights against this. Might just come down to like how amazing the Vortex can get. Like he's adding on a lot of Immortals, but you know, if they just end up hitting a lot of Broodlings, that's gonna be horrible. I mean, it might also come down to these storms as well. Oh man, his army actually, okay, looks like he's actually gonna send out some probes here. Wants to clear up some of the supply. I was gonna say his army looks a little bit small considering he is max, so I might want to use some of that. Using some storms preemptively there, not the best storms in the world. And there's the big blink in actually. The Broodlord's getting a little bit ahead of themselves, but a big fungal on all the Stalkers and the Spine Crawler Force is actually supporting from the back there. And oh my god, Firebathero's army does not really do that much. And there's another Vortex, but not a good Vortex at all. And looks like the Mothership is even going to get taken down by infested Terrans. That is not good. I think Firebathero has way too many Immortals in this composition. Making a couple more Archons now. He does have the 3 Colossi there for the splash damage, but this is just a ridiculously strong unit composition for the Zerg. And oh man, he's doing the beach ball volley here. Zero is pushing in with Queen, Infestor, Broodlord, Ultra. Actually, it looks like he did lose his Ultras. And that's going to mean those Immortals are even less useful now. Firebathero's got 7 Immortals, and there's not even any Ultras left here. Oh man, the Broodlord's just wrecking everything here. The Immortals are so absolutely useless. Okay, there's the 2 Ultralisks. They can at least kill the 2 Ultras, but Firebathero's in a lot of trouble. Zero is pushing through. Zero's pushing through. Is it going to be a 4-0 Firebathero? He can't die. He can't die. Firebathero, don't die. Oh no, late game Zerg Imba. Zerg Imba. Zerg. Zerg. Oh, this is not good. Oh, this is not good. There's the beach ball volley. I don't even know why he launched them there. Alright, this is over. Firebathero, he took the top left 2 bases, but it's already too late. Look at that minimap, by the way. Look at that creep. The creep is all the way to the Predal's base now. He's pushed it all the way through. The entire map is purple. Zero's gooped up everything. And now I'm just going to walk into the Predal's base and win. This Broodlord, Infestor, Ultra is pretty good composition. Look at how many Infestors there are. How many Infestors is that? Can we get... I hope they should have unit tab or something. That is a lot of Infestors. But Firebathero is not going to give up just yet. He's still actually got like 160-ish supply. But the problem is he's losing all his infrastructure right now. Oh, he's going to get some of these Corruptors for free. Ish? Not really. Well, not really for free. He's losing his Colossus for no good reason there. But, yeah, he's pretty dead. Funnily enough, Zero actually just got supply blocked there. I'm not sure how that happened. You'd think he'd have a couple of extra Overlords lying around, given the situation. And actually, Zero's just going to back off here. Looks like he decided... I don't know what he's decided here. Why is he actually running away? I guess maybe he's just trying to bait the Protoss army back onto the creep or something. Or maybe, I think actually his Infestor energy was also low. Look at all the creep tumors! Oh my god, that is many creep tumors. Holy balls. This is like what happens when this is like what happens, you know, when Zerg's just bored because I don't know, like the Terran's lifted or something, so they just like spam creep tumors. This is not what happens in real games. And it's like now Zero's content to push in. Looks like Zero just pulled back in order to you know, make some more space for his creep tumors. His units were blocking, so he just wanted a little bit of extra creep there, just to make sure that I don't even know. Like the creep is actually in the Protoss Nightfall in third right now, and there's the mass changing army just being baller. I mean, he's blinking under the Broodlords, but there's so many Broodlords and not that many Stalkers that it doesn't even matter. Oh man, look at all those broodlings just swarming everything. Oh god. Oh god. So I hope somehow Firebathero just comes out with like 10 carriers right now and just wins the game. That would be so amazing. He is trying to do his best with these stalkers, but the entire map is creeped. So Zero sees like exactly where they're going. He's gonna be able to move units over. And you can get nope, not
그렇죠.
getting
예,
puzzled.
정말 불리한 상황이 있었는데 그 상황을 어떻게든지 막 정말 끊임없이 노력한 끝에
There's random zelts everywhere. Oh, he's gonna kill the creep. Oh no, the mass creep tumor wave. Oh man, Zero, he put so much effort into that.
뭐 이게 전막이
Oh, well.
지금 이게 거의 맵 전체를 덮으려고 그래서
Good thing only 80% of the rest of the map is creeps. It's totally fine. Kronos totally has this. Oh, nice blink to dodge that fungal.
그리고
Look at those probes! Oh man, those poor probes. If I was one of those probes, I'd be shitting myself. I would just like go in the assimilator and not come out anymore, just pretend to be mining gas the whole time, but actually I'm just like hiding in the assimilator. And there's the big blanket. This is probably going to be the final engagement here. Firebathero, he's picking off a lot of the broodlords, but it doesn't even matter. There's way too many left. And he's now down to 76 supply. And GG from Firebathero. Woongjin Stars takes down Air Force Ace 4-0 yet again. With Zero playing a solid ZVP there. Firebathero couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle the Zerg Imba. And that is going to be all for today, guys. A quick 4-0. At least the last game was pretty long, but yeah. So I will not be casting the OSL quals later today. I have to go to work. But tomorrow I will be casting Pro League as well as the OSL semi-finals between Flash and Fantasy. I'll be casting all of that live. I took the day off work just for that. It's gonna be awesome if it's